Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker. Welcome to Season 1, Episode 3 of Inside Games. The trial date was set. It was right around the corner. And Jarvis, the big homie, had been unsuccessful in getting anyone on the streets or in prison to make a move on TC or Kevin. Out of sight, out of mind, he thought. But he had one more ace up his sleeve. Keisha. He knew that Keisha loved TC and that she would do anything to help him. What TC didn't know was that Keisha, in one of her weaker moments, had had sex with Jarvis. He wasn't the type of dude to kiss and tell, but he was facing 30 years in prison. He had to do something. Jarvis waited until his cellie left the cell to use the phone. He didn't want anyone hear him blackmailing Keisha with the business. Hello? What's up, Keisha? It's Jarvis. Keisha really didn't want to talk to Jarvis, but she didn't want to be messy with him, especially under the circumstances, so she stayed on the phone. What's up, Jarvis? How you doing? I'm holding on. I go to trial next week, just trying to find out what TC is going to do about his brother snitching on me. Look, Jarvis, I'm not going to talk to you about the case. I wish things were different, but it is what it is. Come on, Keisha. You know the code. Snitches get stitches. Yeah, it sounds good, but ain't nobody putting in no work for you. Everybody knows it. Handle it when you get to prison. Nah, I'm not trying to go to prison. I hope you don't. But unless you get found not guilty or something else happen, you headed that way, so you might as well get ready. Well, when I get there, I have a lot to say to TC about me and you. Keisha didn't know what to say. So, you want that. You would tell TC about that. I thought you were a real man. I'm doing what I gotta do. Just so you know that I'm serious, I'm gonna send you something to remember me by. Jarvis had downloaded a picture that he had taken of Keisha after she had passed out the night they were together. So when Keisha got the picture, she knew that if she didn't do something, her relationship with TC would be over. What do you want me to do? She shouted in anger, tears rolling down her face. Whatever you have to do to get him to not testify against me. I don't give a damn. There's nothing I can do to stop him. You better figure out something. Click. The phone went dead. Keisha sat there, staring at the picture. Somehow, even though she was drunk, she remembers every detail of that night. And she truly regrets it. She was lonely and needed someone to hold her. And Jarvis just happened to come by. The whole time she was with Jarvis, she imagined that she was with TC. But TC wouldn't understand that. What was she going to do now? Because if TC saw the picture that Jarvis sent her relationship with him was over. Later that night, while she was talking to TC, she remembered something her mother had told her years ago. Don't no man want to be played for a fool. If you mess up, you better tell him first so he can figure it out for himself to see if he can handle it. If he finds out from somebody else, he won't ever forgive you for it. TC, she said, I got something I need to tell you. What up, baby? Talk to me. I'm not going to beat around the bush. About a year ago, I got drunk and I was lonely. Jarvis came through to drop something else for you, and we had sex. TC went silent. He didn't say a word. Are you still there? She said. All of a sudden, the phone went dead. Keisha laid there. She didn't know what to do except to cry. After about 10 minutes her phone rang. It was TC. Hello, she said. Hey, baby. Hey, baby, Keisha said. Did you hear what I said before you hung up on me? Yeah, I heard you. And you have to deal with that yourself. You got to live with that. I've always told you that if you want to leave, then go. I'm not forcing you to stay. But if you stay, I demand absolute loyalty and honesty. That's something you have to give me. I can't take it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, baby. I understand. It'll never happen again, I promise. But why did you hang up on me? I didn't hang up on you to be mean. I called Jarvis and told him that when I see him, it's on sight. Not because he had sex with you, because you gave it to him, but because he had fooled me. He had fooled me and almost talked me into following that street code nonsense to hurt my brother. But none of that shit is real. It's all a game of manipulation. Who gets who first? This man wanted me to kill my brother to protect him, not the code. The whole time, he knew what he had done to me. He was playing me for a fool. So I had to let him know that it's on sight. Again, don't you get it twisted. This is not because of you. You did what you did. This is because of him and the code that we were supposed to be living by. It's bigger than you. But it is what it is. It is what it is. This man was trying to blackmail me to do something, to stop your brother from testifying. Or he was going to tell you about that picture. I understand what you're saying, Keisha. I get all of that. I get it all. And don't get it twisted. I might sound a little aggressive right now, but I'm not upset with you. I'm more upset with myself for believing in this code and believing in something that almost made me do something to my brother or let somebody else do something to my brother. It made me believe that what I was doing was right. I'm more upset with me than you. Are we good, baby? Keisha said. Yeah, we good, baby. I'm not saying that what you did doesn't hurt me, but we good. Well, don't get any ideas about fucking with none of those officers in there. I'm not going for that. Nah, I'm not going for that. Oh, you could slip up, but I can't, he said, laughing. Don't play with me. What would you be doing? Isn't a slip up a slip up? Nah, you be trying to hurt me. I got you, baby. I understand what you're saying. I'm good. Until I get out, as long as you keep playing in that pussy for me and giving me head and visit, we good, baby. Oh, you like the head and looking at this pussy? She said, taking her panties off, spreading her legs wide so he could get a good look. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Respect it. The day of the trial, Kevin had a panic attack on his way to the courthouse. TC called just in time to talk him through it. Look, bro, listen to me. You're going to be all right. This is your chance to get your life back on track. All of that bullshit that I've told you over the years, forget it. It was all bullshit, man. It was all bullshit. TC had no idea that his mother and father were listening to him talk to his brother. They were so proud of him. He was doing the right thing by telling his brother to forget that street code crap. And they would never forget what he was doing. What about you? What's going to happen to you? Said Kevin. Whatever happens to me will be because of what I did, not because of what you did. We all took advantage of you, and I'm sorry I put you in this situation. Now go in there and get it over with. I love you, TC, and I'm sorry. Don't be sorry, little bro. Be thankful that you get a second chance at life. The trial was a short one because there wasn't a trial. At the last minute, the three little homies pleaded out and agreed to testify against Jarvis, the big homie. At the advice of his lawyer, he also accepted a plea deal for 22 years at 60%. No trial means no paperwork other than the witness list to show who was going to testify against him. Within 3 days, Jarvis was transferred to the state prison where TC was being housed. It wouldn't be long now before they would meet and they would clash. The warden, well aware of what was going on, kept Jarvis in the back on segregation longer than usual for a newcomer, hoping to give everyone a chance to calm down. Kevin finished high school and enrolled in junior college, studying business management. Someday he wanted to be his own boss, but until then, he had to stay in school and keep his grades up. Keisha kept doing her and visiting TC at the prison, hoping and praying that it would all blow over. This concludes this episode of Inside Games. This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and I say peace, y'all.